Guys, I have to do the disclaimer at the front of this one. I have to, because there's no way I can just read this article. So, these are my thoughts and opinions. I speak on behalf of nobody else. It's literally just my thoughts and opinions on this article. And also, I swear, quite a bit. Right, I've just come across this article and I'm like, let's just type in Gary Lineker, see if there's any more news. You know, I'm a bit on the fucking forefront of this, mate. Thumb on the fucking pulse. Anyway, there's no point in putting a thumb on the pulse. Shut up, carry on. Anyways, this, and I'm sorry, but I am a little bit tiddly tonight, but I've just got to do this. Because I've just literally seen this and I'm like, oh, my thoughts and opinions will come after. BBC, hopefully. BBC, well, they will, but it's hopefully, shut up. BBC Rich List gets major shake-up as top earners Zoe Ball and Gary Lineker quit. Following the departures of several, but right, I've got to show you the picture, right, of these top earners that have quit, right? Literally, it's the top earners that have quit. Like, and when I first saw this, before I read the article, and my brain went haywire and did a Kes, right? I was like, oh my God, if I were her, I'd be suing to be put on the same page, right, as Hugh Edwards, obviously, right? But if you're following me, you know, like if you've been following me for the last 6 months, mate, you'll know what I'm saying without me saying a word. But I'll say the words. Following the departures of several major BBC presenters, them three, the broadcaster's Rich List has also undergone a shake-up. You don't need to hold your glasses. Oh, I just feel like I need to for some reason. And because otherwise, shut up. And the identity of the highest paid star might surprise you. This week, Zoe Ball announced that she was stepping down from her BBC Radio 2 breakfast show after 6 years to focus on family. The 53-year-old has she just had surely she's not had a little one. Had been the second on the Rich List, having taken home a salary of £954,999. So basically, £1 million. Zoe Ball. Right? Like, literally, it's like all three of them. Like, it's like literally these guys are worth, I don't know, at least 3, is it, or 4 million. Gary Lineker's like £1.5 million. She's £1 million, so that's 2, and he's like at least £3 million. Those people. That TV licence is going to pay their wages. £3 million of it was paying their wages, but bugger me. Right. Meanwhile, this I find like literally come the fuck on. Meanwhile, I'm leading the witness, ain't I? I do apologise. Meanwhile, her replacement, best pal, Scott Mills, best pal, mate, no, you sure? Will reportedly be paid significantly less. He's currently in 10th place with a pay packet of $319,999. Right? So literally, she gets paid 3 times. Scott Mills is walking into a job that pays like a third of what she did it for. Where's the gender pay gap in this? Do you see where I'm coming from? Like, where is the gender pay gap? Why did Gary... Who the fuck is Hugh Edwards? let's see what it's like. I've literally, that's as far as I got before I went and put some lipstick on. Gary Lineker, my full beauty routine. Oh, and I took my hair out his bubble. That's my full beauty routine for doing videos, mate. I am high fucking maintenance, am I not? Gary Lineker confirmed just one day earlier that he was leaving Match of the Day and is joining Ball in shock exits from the Beeb. He's believed to be handing over the mic at the end of the Premier season next May. League was missing there. It's no secret that Lineker, 63, is at the top of the BBC Rich list, having been their highest paid star for the past 7 years. Now, you take me, anybody, except for Hugh Edwards, obviously, who works at the BBC, who has less talent than Gary Lineker. And he gets paid the most, go figure. And Zoe Ball's walking out with, walking out of an almost £1 million a year job. And Scott Mills is going in for a third of the price. Oh, mate. In July, the BBC published its annual salary report, which revealed the former England star earned $1,300,000 to $1,354,999 for 23/24. He did reportedly volunteer to take a £350,000 pay cut to continue helming Match of the Day. Thirdly, former newsreader Hugh Edwards will not be returning to screens after pleading guilty in July to 3 counts of making indecent images of children by receiving them via chats. In September, the 63-year-old, who famously reported on the death of Queen Elizabeth, is everybody 63? But he could keep going if he weren't outed. Famously reported on the death of Queen Elizabeth, was given a 6-month suspended jail sentence and placed on the sex offenders register. Like, nobody would go, everybody would go, that's Hugh Edwards. We know he's a fucking pedo. Do you know what I mean? And a nonce. And a massively overpaid member of the BBC, integral part of the BBC with no talent whatsoever except for not being able to fucking move his face when he's reading. Jesus Christ, we need to get no idols. Prior to the scandal, the disgraced broadcaster was one of the richest BBC talents, and in the year ending 24, even saw his pay increase from $439,999 to $479,999. So after that, this is after they raised his things when they knew he was being investigated for multiple crimes. And I learnt today, he used to take, this lad that's come out and said that he groomed him, and he took him to BBC. Right, took him round the BBC, took him round the newsroom and everything, this teenage boy, and nobody batted an eyelid. Nobody asked this lad who he was or why he was there, because he was used to doing it. You know what I mean? They didn't bat an eyelid because it's like, oh, yes, we're another young lad, because that's what they'll fucking do. Nobody. My thoughts and opinions. So after the high-profile exits of some of the BBC's most affluent employees, there could be a new face topping the rich list. Enter Greg James, host of I Wouldn't Like to Be You, Greg, darling, host of BBC One, Radio 1's Breakfast Show, who takes home $419,999. James, 38, has been presenting on Radio 1 since 2007 and is undeniably a favourite amongst listeners, having taken over breakfast show duties from Nick Grimshaw. I've heard of him in 2018. Oh, fuck's sake, no, I ain't reading all of this out. Literally, no. I'm sorry. No offence to Mr. Grimshaw. It's not to do with you, darling. But the thing was, Zoe Ball as so maybe they're doing that. Maybe that's why this article does that. It's like, yeah, here's that thing, but look at all of this. Think about Nick Grimshaw, mate. Think about Nick. Forget about them. It's like maybe what I'm holding in this. Oh no, Kerry Ann, the Gilbert Gottlieb fucking impression. No. But yeah, it's like Zoe Ball is to focus on family. Like a middle-aged woman to focus on family. Now, could well be somebody in her life has passed, something like this. Maybe somebody in her family is suicidal. She wants to be there for them. But you can do that and still maintain some level of connection, surely. Maybe she will. Who knows, right? But obviously, your girl's brain's going to go where your girl's brain's going to go. And all I can think of is no, please God, not Johnny Ball. Now, I grew up on Johnny Ball, right? And Jimmy Savile, right? And Jimmy Savile, not cracking, didn't really, I really enjoyed Jim will Fix It. Right, I really enjoyed Jim will Fix It. I used to love the programme. Obviously, if you didn't get an uneasy about Jimmy Savile, you need to get your chakras checked because blatantly something wrong, and you know what I mean. And there are some people that I think should be investigated just on that alone. Just the amount of fucking empaths who go like, no, God, no. You know what I mean? It's like, well, let's just give them a quick check through. Just, you know, like, we should live in a society where we do that. It's like, yeah, mate, I got no to hide. Just go through it. Forget the porn. Oh, no, we ain't looking for the porn, mate. Don't worry about that. Oh, God, I like her and all. You know, like, just open and honest. If we were open and honest, life would be so much better. But that's by the by. I'm just sitting there going, please, God, not Johnny Ball, because I can't see how Zoe Ball managed to secure that level of income when she's a woman. And the only thing, no, please God, I really love Johnny Ball. You know, like, it's like, you know, like you get your odd ones that you're a bit dubious about, like Tony Hart. I was a bit dubious about Tony Hart. Refused to believe it if it comes out because, no, he was a national treasure, you know, like back in the day and whatever. But we really did just go like, oh, Jimmy Savile were the only one. Fucking forget everything else. You know, it's like, reminds me of the story of that top sports presenter that was accused of twocking a child under 10 on multiple occasions, and literally it just disappeared. Literally, whoever it was carried on paid. I ain't saying this by the BBC, but in the media, that's you know, like, these things aren't checked. Do you know what I mean? These things aren't checked, and the whole entertainment industry, in my personal opinion, needs a massive fucking shake-up. And hopefully the tragic death of Liam Payne will help fucking scooter that along, because at the end of the day, just to stick one to Sam and Carol as well, that lad was let down by the entertainment industry. He was shufted out at the age of 16, by his own words, locked in his own hotel room, and what's there? A mini bar. And he started drinking and he didn't stop. And he also started taking drugs. And check out other videos I've done. If you want pointing, I'll point. Yeah, but on that note, I shall go. Please don't be Johnny Ball. Please don't be Johnny Ball. Like, literally, that one will affect me. That one will seriously affect me. Because I loved that man. You know, like I felt like he was my daddy, and it's like, please God, no. Anyways, I'll leave it there. Leave your thoughts, comments, all that fandango. Kind of forgot all making a video there. As I said, I'm a bit tiddly, and also the concussion's still going. But if you've made it till the end, oh, I think there's therapy available. But thank you, and I hope you were baby. And please consider giving me a thumbs up and all that kind of fandango, and let's keep this discussion going, because yeah, let's, because it's just getting saucy. Thank you for coming. Please come back, and never forget that I love you all. Bye.